Hold my hand inside your hand. I need someone who understands. I need someone who cares. Only love will all of you. Where you are sitting in bed until your day is done. And say it and set me free. Still my heart and hold my tongue. I feel my time is gone.
Two and a half years, months of dating and planning, all for this moment. In about another 30 minutes, you're going to be married to me. I know you're excited, you have friends and family here. Most important is what I'm going to ask of both of you is, I know you're excited for this day, I'm going to ask you to try and do something that's going to be just focus on this information if at all possible. I know it's going to be hard looking at Chelsea right across from you, but try. I know you're nervous, but when you think about marriage as a gift from God, but it's not the kind of gift that you just get. He says, I'm going to give you guidance, I'm going to give you principles. And those guidance and principles are actually what we're going to be talking about. And so as we talk through that information, this is a foundation of how to build a strong marriage. If you apply these principles, you will have a good, strong, happy, and successful marriage. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And that's what Jehovah wants for both of you. He had taken from a man into a woman, and he brought her to the man. That was it. That was the whole ceremony. It was over. But they didn't need much guidance. They were perfect, unlike us. So this will take a little bit longer than that. But the question is how did Adam feel? Well, he felt like you did, Benji. I watched you as you were watching Chelsea walk in. We were all touched just seeing Chelsea walk in. But I saw how moved you were. Adam felt the exact same way. As a matter of fact, he was so moved that he recited the first poetry known to man at that exact moment. In the very next verse, in verse 23 of Genesis 2, he says, "And then the man said, 'This is at last bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. This one will be called woman, because from man she was taken.'" His heart was full. He was happy, just like your heart is today. Full and happy, knowing that you have each other. And it was more than passion or infatuation. It was meaningful. He knew that this was a permanent union. In the very next verse, Genesis 2:24, it says, "This is why a man will leave his father and mother and will stick to his wife, and they will become one flesh." Really, that term signifies the permanence of what marriage is intended to be. And we know that. It's not in a cold, contractual way, like we've got to stick it out. No, it's more than even just beliefs and values. Really, it's about love and happiness. Those are the key things for you to be able to endure in marriage. Jehovah wants that for you. He wants you to have love and happiness. So we're going to talk about it during the course of this marriage ceremony today. We're going to talk about how you don't just endure in marriage, but how you can find love and happiness. So for a Christian marriage to thrive, what's it actually require of us? Well, first, as Christians, it requires that we each individually love Jehovah and that we're serving Him. And you both do. We see the efforts you put forth to serve Jehovah as individuals, as single people. And that's a great thing for us to see. And we know that is the foundation for your marriage to be able to thrive, to see you following Jehovah's advice in your lives. And we know that now that you're getting married, the goal will be to put that together, to serve Jehovah in a unified fashion as a married couple. And one way to think about that, the Bible describes marriage as a twofold cord. Now you can imagine having a single piece of rope. It's strong, but when you have two together, it's much stronger. Well, with Jehovah in our marriage, it can actually be equated to a threefold cord, which is even stronger. We can see in Ecclesiastes 4, starting in verse 9, it talks about that. He describes it for us. It says, "Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their hard work. For if one of them falls, the other can help his partner up. But what will happen to the one who falls with no one to help him? Moreover, if two lie down together, they will stay warm. But how can just one keep warm? And someone may overpower one alone, but two together can take a stand against him, and a threefold cord cannot quickly be torn apart." We know you both love Jehovah. So now the question becomes, how do you love Him together? How do you serve Him together? And the wisdom and principles that He provides for us in His Word, the Bible, actually gives us that guidance to know how to serve Him and to how to support each other in that, so that you have a strong marriage and you'll be able to overcome the challenges you face. So the advice that we're going to be talking about isn't like imperfect human wisdom, marriage counselors, or self-help books. Jehovah knows us better than anybody. He knows our physical, our emotional makeup. He knows our spiritual needs. And so that's what we're talking about today. And it's been proven for millennia. Likely, if you think about somebody with a good marriage, somebody you think about prayer, studying God's Word, the Bible, worshiping, now those are all things that you'll do together. You'll be worshiping Jehovah together, and you'll be drawing closer to each other. And because of that. So, as you think about this, simple principles. These are going to help you to have a happy marriage. So now let's talk a few minutes about how to be a good spouse. Benji, I'm going to start with you. It's not because you need more help than Chelsea. I'm just starting. Okay? It's actually because you have an extra role. God has given you an extra role. You're not just husband. You're actually required to be the head. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that you're the boss? No, that's not what that means. You're not the boss. You know. A man who is a good head in a marriage is someone who's really making good decisions, using the Bible, using all the right guidance, thinking through, making good decisions on behalf of the family. Someone who's supportive and loving of his family. And that means putting godly principles into action, right? It also means taking into account Chelsea's opinion and advice in relation to those decisions that you're making and those considerations. And by doing that, taking Jehovah's advice, Chelsea's advice, and really thinking things through, then you'll make wise decisions in your marriage. And that's very important. Now, good head also protects and cares for his family. That means not just in a physical way or providing in a recreational sense, but it's also providing in a spiritual sense and even an emotional sense. Those are very important, and oftentimes those are the areas that are most overlooked by individuals who don't necessarily follow those same principles. We don't want to overlook those principles. We really want to be able to provide well and be balanced in how you provide for your family. If you focus on those qualities, it's really going to help you be a better husband, and it's going to make Chelsea's life easier. And trust me, Benji, you want to make Chelsea's life easier. Take my word for that. After 2 decades, I realized that. See, Christian headship will also mean that you're not going to be a tyrant. Remember what we talked about? You're not the boss. You're not dominating the marriage. That's not what Christian headship is. No, instead, you're going to pattern yourself after Jesus Christ. And we can see a good example of that in Ephesians 5. If we read in verse 25, there it says, "Husbands, continue loving your wives, just as Christ also loved the congregation and gave himself up for it. In the same way, husbands should love their wives as their own bodies. A man who loves his wife loves himself. For no man ever hated his own body, but he feeds and cherishes it, just as the Christ does the congregation." And you know he said that Christ was willing to give himself up for the congregation, and a husband should feel the same way about his wife, willing to give his life for his wife. And now that sounds really romantic. You probably heard that in songs, "I give my life for you," poetry. But you know what, Benji? That's not the most important thing you can do. It's much harder to live your life daily putting Chelsea first than it is to give your life up in one act. That's what you want to do. Live your life daily putting Jehovah and Chelsea first in your life. And if you do that, that's being a good husband. It requires you to be Christ-like in the sense that Jesus was always humble and considerate. He always took other people's limitations into mind. Even when he was tired, even when he was stressed out, no matter how bad his day was, he still took other people into consideration. We want to do the same. Notice how he's described here in Matthew 11:29. There it says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am mild-tempered and lowly in heart, and you will find refreshment for yourself." Benji, you want to be mild-tempered in relation to Chelsea. You want to be someone who she thinks of as a source of refreshment. When she's having her worst day, when she's having a difficult time, she wants to think, "I can hardly wait till I see Benji." Because he will make me feel better. He will be my source of comfort. That's what you want to be in relation to Chelsea. We want that for both of you. Now, you also remember that Ephesians said that a husband should love his wife as his own body. Now, no sane man ever hated his own body, right? He provides for himself. He takes care of himself. He fulfills whatever needs he has. Well, in the same way, you would never want to be either verbally or in words abusive towards Chelsea. You never want to get violently angry.
Christian head never would do that. A good husband, like you're going to be, Benji, would never do that. You always want to take care of her. And that includes in words and actions. You never want to put her down or degrade her or humiliate her. You always want to show love. No matter how tough a day you're having, no matter how you're feeling, you always want to cherish her. And you're going to continue to take care of Chelsea. If you continue to apply those godly principles, and you'll be a good husband. A good husband that she can love and respect and really support. I even asked Chelsea what she appreciates about you. Now, I don't know, I'm going to share it with him if Chelsea started. What she said about what she appreciates about you, she said, "He always makes me feel secure and safe. Wherever and whatever situation we face together, he's always reassuring me of things, making me laugh with his dad jokes." That sounds right. Making me feel important. His continuous love, sincerity, and care for people that he always shows. He loves Jehovah more than me, and she really appreciated that. He always tries to work on himself, whether it's coming to meetings or further correct his way of thinking on a matter, or to encourage the brothers and sisters wherever he can. He's always very considerate of me, asking me what I'd like to include in our prayers together. I love how he opens the door for me and does little things, like when he calls me in the morning to read the text together, or on his lunch break, or on the way home from work. It's always a quick call, but it's sweet. And he always wants to communicate about how we're feeling and what's going on with one another. He's a very patient guy, and he's always trying to make me happy. That's a beautiful thing. That's how she already feels about you. You can continue to make that grow. As a matter of fact, she went on to say what she's looking forward to. She said, having a simple, happy life, sharing our goals and seeing how we can fulfill them. She's looking forward to cooking you breakfast in the morning. You got this on video. Going on adventures, hopefully expanding our service together, whether it's in the LDC or some other service that Jehovah puts us in. As long as we have Jehovah, we'll be fine. What a beautiful sentiment, right? That's how Chelsea already feels about you. Now your job is to maintain that. So if we do that, we know that she'll always be able to respect and support you as a Christian. Okay, Chelsea, it's your turn. All right. So we know that Benji is the head. He's been told that he's that from Jehovah. Does that mean you're somehow inferior? No, not at all. We know that that's not the case. As a matter of fact, the Bible describes your role in marriage as an honorable one, or really a beneficial one, a dignified one. And it tells us in the Bible in 1 Peter that Benji is to assign you honor in all things. So that's a beautiful thing. In the Bible, a Christian wife is described as a compliment, not a slave or inferior. And that word compliment comes from the same word as complete. So you can think about it that way. A good wife actually balances her husband out, or completes him, in the sense that together they can make up a whole, or that one flesh. And that is wonderful. And now when you both apply those godly principles, that'll put you in balance not only with each other, but with Jehovah too. And that's it's a wonderful thing for us. Your recognition and support of the headship principle also will promote marital success and happiness. In Ephesians 5, we can see in verse 22, it says, "Let wives be in subjection to their husbands as to the Lord. Because a husband is head of his wife, just as the Christ is head of the congregation, he being Savior of his body." In fact, as the congregation is in subjection to the Christ, wives also should be to their husbands everywhere. So your support is actually a requirement for Christian life. Now, why would Jehovah institute headship principle? Is that even necessary? It must be, because Jehovah, we know he only does things for our own good. He always has our best interests in mind. So why would he do that? Well, headship's in place because without someone to take the lead, someone to have the responsibility of that final decision, it could result in disunity, discord, confusion in marriage. Now, one way we can think about it is like driving. Now, imagine you and Benji were going to go on a trip. Now, no chaperones. You get in the car, you sit in the car, you each get on your own side, and you sit down, and you each have a steering wheel in front of you. Now, imagine what kind, Benji shakes his head around. Imagine what kind of drive that would be if you both had a steering wheel. Now imagine if you both wanted to take your own path. You would all each wanted to go a different destination, different directions. That'd be nice, right? Marriage is much the same way. There's a single steering wheel. But it doesn't mean that the passenger doesn't get a say in navigation, directions, or destination. It just means that one person is responsible for those final decisions before Jehovah. That is Benji's role. And that's what we need to think about that idea. See, in a godly marriage, a wife would look to her husband as the head. And so what's that required to me? Well, if we look at Ephesians 5:33, this is a simple yet beautiful scripture. One of my favorites about marriage. It says, nevertheless, each one of you must love his wife as he does himself. On the other hand, the wife should have deep respect for her husband. So Chelsea, it means that you should just show deep respect for Benji in what you do. And when you do that, it means that you're cooperating with them, not competing with them. That's an interesting thought, right? You may want to think about it this way. You and Benji are now on the same team, even in difficult times. Especially in difficult times, you want to make sure you have good, strong communication, that you're supportive, and you're pushing towards the same goal. That's what's critical, is really not competing but cooperating. Always looking to Benji for support, direction. And when he makes mistakes, not if, sorry Benji, but when he makes mistakes, because I guarantee he will, try to be understanding and forgiving. Don't belittle him, don't mock him, don't keep bringing up past mistakes. No, instead, you want to cover over the mistakes. You want to strive to be like that wife described in Proverbs 31. She's described as a helper to her husband, capable wife. You want to be supportive of him, always thinking of him as your teammate. And then you can really contribute much to a happy and pleasant home by how much you support Benji. We know you will support him and respect him. We know that you'll do that. You'll continue to apply godly principles to support Benji as a good head. Now, I know that you probably want to hear. I asked Benji the same question. What does he appreciate about Chelsea? And I'm going to share that with her too. So, here's what Benji said. I saw right away that she had love for people all around her. And more than this, she has an incredible love for Jehovah, and she was always putting him first. Her eyes have this amazing sparkle too. She always calms me down when I'm stressed and anxiety is running high. She has this ability where time stops when she smiles and laughs. She always is thinking about others in the congregation, making cookies, service plans, and even offering to babysit for families so their parents can enjoy a day of adventures with you and what the future holds. But more than anything, being able to serve Jehovah with the most amazing and best friend I could ever have. What a beautiful sentiment. It's so loving. And we know that you will continue to support and respect Benji. And you'll have that together. Now, we're not quite done yet. Now we're going to talk about one last principle, one last quality that both of you do. This applies to both of you. And this is actually cultivating deep love in your marriage. It's so important. It's great to have respect, support, direction, but it really is critical that we have love. It's possible. Every day, that love can continue to grow and to strengthen, but it requires effort. It requires effort that you put into it. As a matter of fact, the Bible describes love as being clothing yourselves with love. And clothing is actually a really good illustration for love. Because we think about clothing. Clothing can be protective, right? And much like protective clothing, love can safeguard marital unity, even in difficult situations. Also, clothing can enhance the beauty of the wearer. You guys are perfect examples of that today. Or in the same way, love can add beauty to God's marital provision. And really, haven't you seen that? You see a couple walking, and they're older maybe, and yet you can still see the love in their eyes. Maybe they're holding hands, they got something nice to say to each other. Doesn't that touch our heart? In the same way, if you continue to show love to each other, you will have a beautiful marriage. And it really will enhance what you do. And what that requires is not grand gestures or anything along those lines. We see that in the movies. This isn't the movies. Really, it's the little things. It's the kind word every day. It's the little gestures of love that go a long way to building love and continuing to help it grow. Now, why is that important? Well, we might think of marriage as like a blooming flower. Right now, you're a blooming flower. And you're beautiful looking, and everybody loves the look of it. But if you deprive that flower from sunlight and water, what happens to that flower? It dies, right? It's not so beautiful anymore. Well, the same way, if in marriage we deprive our marriage of love and respect, it won't bloom, it won't flourish. So we want you to supply love and respect, and your marriage will continue to bloom and grow and become even more beautiful than it is right now at this moment. So continue to do that. So how do you build love? Well, daily talk to each other. Open up to each other. Listen. Express your deep thoughts. Express what you're feeling, what you're thinking inside. Give each other your undivided attention when you talk. No phones, no TV, just undivided attention. And really listen to each other. Be supportive of one another. And try to put the other person first. Really, that is key. Show appreciation for any efforts that one another makes. Even if it doesn't succeed, show appreciation for the effort that went into decisions and actions. And make it a habit to show those tender words and actions on a daily basis. And when you see faults, maybe annoyances, as you start to live together, that will come up. Overlook those things because they're not important in the grand scheme of things. See, if you have love, it will strengthen your marriage. 1 Corinthians 13 describes it very well, where it says, love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous. It does not brag. It does not get puffed up. It does not behave indecently. It does not look for its own interest. It does not become provoked. It does not keep account of the injury. It does not rejoice over unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. Never forget that. Love never fails. So Benjy and Chelsea, if you apply this counsel from Jehovah, you'll find that love truly never fails, and you will ensure that your marriage will be a success. Okay, you know what that brings us to? The vows. Okay, try and focus. I, Benjy Wadsworth, take you, Chelsea Ramirez, to be my wedded wife.
I, Benjy Wadsworth, take you, Chelsea Ramirez,
To be my wedded wife.
to be my wedded wife,
To love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
in accordance with divine law,
in accordance with divine law,
as set forth in the Holy Scriptures,
as set forth in the Holy Scriptures,
for Christian husbands.
for Christian husbands,
For as long as we both shall live together
for as long as we both shall live together
on earth according to God's marital arrangement.
on earth according to God's marital arrangement.
Good job. All right, Chelsea, it's your turn. I, Chelsea Ramirez, take you, Benjy Wadsworth, to be my wedded husband.
I, Chelsea Ramirez, take you, Benjy Wadsworth,
To be my wedded husband.
to be my wedded husband,
To love and to cherish and deeply respect.
to love and cherish
And deeply respect.
and deeply respect,
In accordance with the divine law,
and in accordance with the divine law
as set forth in the Holy Scriptures,
as set forth in the Holy Scriptures
for Christian wives.
for Christian wives,
For as long as we both shall live together
for as long as we both shall live together
on earth
on earth
according to God's marital arrangement.
according to God's marital arrangement.
If you have rings that you'd like to exchange, now's the time. No need put it on.
Well, she's got two more. So.
Take it. You got this.
These are your rings. Oh, well. We'll fix it there.
Remember, patience and love.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, come on. All right. So these rings are an outward and visible sign signifying to all the uniting of this man and woman in the bonds of matrimony. So for as much as Benjy and Chelsea have covenanted before Jehovah God and these witnesses to accept each other in wedlock, I, as an ordained minister, and by the authority conferred upon me by the Holy Scriptures in the state of California, pronounce that they are husband and wife together. What God has yoked together, let no man put apart. So let's say a quick prayer to ask Joel's blessing on your. May I present to the crowd today, introduce brother and sister Benjy and Chelsea Ramirez. Oh, sorry.
Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Can I get one of those?
It's not even right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I guess we would. Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
So we have
No one wanted to watch him the entire time.
Well, hello. I'm trying to make the walking easier. I can pull up. I can. Where's the pin? We know.
Well, she fits in one of my pant legs.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
I was like, wait, what? Poor Jonathan.
You and your 3 rings. 3 rings, babe.
Sorry, but I feel like I should have had them already set up.
I didn't know the order the rings are. Oh yeah.
Well, that's why I said I should have had them set up.